Hello everybody, and welcome to this Roblox Studio tutorial. Now, you probably clicked on this video because you just need a simple punching system for your game. You know, you just click and you punch. That is exactly what I'm going to be teaching you to do today. Of course, if you don't want to learn how to script this, then I will leave the model in the description, but I highly recommend that you stay to watch so you can learn to continue your development journey. But anyways, that's enough of the app. Let's get into this tutorial. Alright, so the first thing to do is go over to the starter pack here and create a tool. Now, you can name this whatever you want. I'm just going to call mine Punch because it's simple. That's what we're doing. Make sure you uncheck can be dropped and you uncheck requires handle so that doesn't interfere with anything. And then you're going to want to make a script inside the tool. I'm just going to call mine attack. You can call yours whatever you want. And then two more things we're going to need before we begin scripting is you're going to need a punching animation and a punching sound. I'm too lazy to animate, so I'm just going to find one from the toolbox. I think this one should be good for me, so this is one I'm going to use. I'll just upload this animation to Roblox real quick. Make sure you copy this ID right here, very important. Then create an animation inside the script and paste the ID in. Again, you can call this whatever you want. I'm just gonna call it punch animation. The last thing we need before we start coding this punch system is a punching sound. I'm gonna find one from the toolbox. You can make your own if you want, but just like the animation, I'm too lazy to do that, so toolbox it is. I like this sound, so I'm gonna use this one. Just put it inside the script, call it whatever you want. I'm just gonna call it punch sound. You can also adjust the properties however you want, but I'm gonna adjust mine like this. You can copy if you want. All right, now we have everything we need to start coding. So first line of code is we're just gonna make a variable for the tool, which will be equal to the script's parent. Then we're gonna make a variable for the cooldown. Just set this to false. Then we'll make a variable for the cooldown time. I'm gonna have mine to be 0.5 seconds. You can adjust that to be whatever you want. Again, now we're gonna make a function for when the tool gets like activated. So when the player clicks the screen. So tool dot activated connect function. Now we're gonna add an if statement. We're gonna set up like the cooldown. So if cooldown is equal to true, then return end. So basically, if it's on cooldown, we're not gonna let like the punch play, I guess. Then set the cooldown equal to true. Then we're gonna get the character, which will be equal to tool.parent. And we're also gonna get the humanoid, which will be equal to character.humanoid. Then we're gonna get the animation, which will be equal to the humanoid load animation. And we're gonna get the animation inside the script, which I named punch animation, so script.punch animation. Then we will play this animation, and I'm just gonna set it to like 0.2 seconds. I think that should be good. Basically, like, this is however long you want it to wait after like you click to like check if there's a player in the hitbox to take damage, if that makes sense. I don't know. All right, now we're gonna make the hitbox, which will be equal to a new part. Now you could use like a hitbox module to make this a little bit easier, but personally I like to make my own hitboxes. So we're gonna set the hitbox.parent to workspace. We're gonna set the transparency equal to 1. We'll set we'll make it so collisions are off for it. We will set the C frame to hang on a second, I forgot to make a variable. We're gonna get another variable for the humanoid root part equal to character.humanoid part. So we're gonna set the hitbox C frame to the humanoid root part .C frame. We're gonna set it to this C frame, and then we're gonna set an offset, which basically an offset basically say when we set the C frame of a part to like the humanoid root part C frame, it'll be like right inside the character, right? And we don't want that. So we're gonna set an offset so it's like a little bit forward, if that makes sense. I mean, everything I try to explain it in the simplest way possible, but I'm also not great at explaining things, so my apologies if it's a little hard to understand. But we're gonna set an offset by multiplying by cframe.new, and we're gonna multiply, I think that should be good, like that. And that'll set it forward 2 studs. Now we're just gonna set the size of the hitbox. I'm gonna set mine to 4, and that should be it for the hitbox. We're gonna connect this to a function for when the hitbox gets touched, and we're gonna get what it hits. And we're gonna see if what it hits has a humanoid. So hit dot parent, find shell, and we're gonna check if the humanoid exists. Then the humanoid is gonna take damage. How much damage do I want it to take? I think I will make it take 20 damage. Let's make a variable for this. We'll make a damage variable to this. Make it a little bit easier to understand. So if you want to change the damage right here, change the cooldown time, yeah, right there. And something else we can do just to make sure like they don't get hit twice. And something else we can do is we can make a hit list, right? And this will be basically, this hit list will be like a list of people that the hitbox will touch. And we want to make sure that the hitbox doesn't touch someone twice. So nobody takes damage twice in a row. If the humanoid exists and not table.find hit list, I'm like humanoid parent. And then we're going to insert humanoid.parent into the hit list. So now no one can take damage twice. And I'll even make this a little bit simpler. We can go up here, game.debris, on add item, hitbox, comma, just 0.1 seconds. That should be good. Then one more thing we're gonna add is the sound, which we'll just clone the sound inside the script. So I named mine punch sound, so we're gonna clone that. I'll parent it to the hitbox. Actually, that should be simple. Actually, no, let's just parent it to the humanoid root part. Makes it simple, makes it easy, makes it so the sound doesn't like get deleted before it ends. And then we'll play the sound. All right, so play the sound, and then we will make the sound get deleted. So we'll add item sound, comma, sound.time length. This just makes it so the sound gets deleted after it stops playing. And now all we have to do is just add one more line of code up here, task.delay cooldown time function, and we're just gonna set cooldown to false, and it should be done. So let's just add in a dummy. We can test this game now, and if I did it right, it should. There it goes. Oh, I took damage as well. Hang on. All right, we're gonna add another parameter to this if statement, and hum is not equal to humanoid. All right, so now if we play test, we punch the dummy takes damage, and I do not. Punch it again, and there we go. That's the yeah, that is the whole punching system. I know it's a little bit simple, but that's why I said it was a simple punching system. If you guys want me to add on to this punching system, make it a little bit more advanced, maybe add in some combos or a little bit more attacks or something like that, then let me know in the comments. Also, just let me know of any other tutorials that you guys would like to see in the comments. I just might make it. That will conclude this scripting tutorial. I truly appreciate everyone who made it to the end of this video. As always, I will leave this punching model in the description in case you don't want to code, but I always will strongly recommend that you just try and learn, even if I'm not explaining it the best. I promise you will start picking up on these things as you watch more tutorials. But that'll do it for this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.